All right, let me back up. I said back up. Damn. Literally days after I cut that person off, I ended up booking a flight. So I've only been in Jamaica for 1 hour and y'all already trying to kidnap me. These girls don't know if they want to like me or hate me. Girl, pick a side, because this is getting weird. For real. He was like, oh, I can get you another drink. I can get you as much drink as you want. It don't matter. First of all, this is an all-inclusive resort. They're free. Hey babes, and welcome back to my channel. But hey babes, oh my god, welcome back to my channel, y'all. And if you are new, welcome. My name is ALOT. For those who don't know, but if you do know, hey girl. Fun fact, I actually recorded this video about 2 months ago. Yeah, it was days before June, but it happened in May. It took place in May, and it's currently July 5th, the day after the 4th of July. So this is my second time re-recording this video. Well, this is my second time recording this video, but I'm re-recording. Here we are, telling this story all over again for a second time. It's all good though, things happen, you know. The perks of a content creator, sometimes you're just gonna have those technical difficulties, okay? Long story short, I just got home. It's been a very long day, but as you guys have read by the title, this video is going to be a story time. And not only is it a story time, it's a vacation story time. The last time I gave y'all a vacation story time was a couple years back when I went to Miami, and of course the vacation in question is the vacation I just came back from, my trip to Jamaica. Nail cam, we haven't done that in a while either, huh? I actually just got them done like literally an hour ago. Like I just got home. I think it's, what time is it now? Yeah, it's 11. Ooh, can I focus? It's 11:37. We just got back in the house like an hour ago. But yeah, my toes aren't done though, but when I do get them done later this week, I'm gonna get the exact same shade, because I've been in this mode where like my nails and my feet have to match, because like it's just tea, you know. But without further ado, y'all already know what I'm about to say. Make sure to like this video, give your girl a big thumbs up, comment down below, meet me in the comment section, share this video with your friends, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, homegirl, homeboy, it don't matter, your grandmama. And most importantly, do not forget to subscribe, because how you gonna watch this whole video but then not subscribe? And in addition, once you subscribe, make sure to turn on your post notifications, because how you gonna watch this whole video then subscribe but then not turn on your post notifications? So how you gonna know when I post when you just so happen to log on to YouTube? That's not how we do things here. Make the math make it make sense, okay? And without further ado, let's get into this story time. So like I said, this story time is about my trip to Jamaica. For those that don't know, I did go to Jamaica back in late March, and of course I vlogged the trip, and that Jamaica travel vlog was my first video since being on YouTube. So if you haven't watched that video, you can pause this and go watch that and come right back, or you can finish watching it, then you know what, this is your mobile device, you do what you want to do. As long as you go check out the video whenever you can, but I'll have it linked up here just in case. If you've been here before and if you've watched my story times in the past, you already know how I do my story times for the most part. I like to give you guys a backstory before getting into the actual story, so y'all understand the whole story, okay? So boom, backstory. How this trip even came about, I kind of touched on it a little bit in the actual vlog itself. So basically around this time last year, I was cool with somebody. I'm definitely not cool with that person anymore. Like don't even do me like that. A couple of months into knowing each other, I was already planning to go on a trip, not even inviting the person. If you're not new here, you already know that I like to solo travel, solo date, do all the things. Like if you follow me on social media, not even just on YouTube, on other social media platforms, you know, like I'm the best person I know. Like I'm literally my best company. Like I will go out with people. If you're taking too long to hop on the wave, I'm finna go without you. And as long as I want to go and I can go, I'm gonna just go with or without you. Like that's just one thing about it, you know what I mean? I was planning to go on a trip towards the end of the year. That person was aware. That person wanted to join me on that said vacation. I said, okay, cool. I said I am between either Montego Bay, Jamaica. I know it's Montego Bay, but sometimes I'm gonna say Montego, so like that's just a disclaimer. I'll be switching in between, but I think the proper pronunciation is Montego. But I say Montego a lot too, so like don't do too much in the comments, okay? And it's no offense to anybody who's actually from there. Just let you know. I was between either Montego Bay, Jamaica, or Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So at the time, we had decided to do Punta Cana. I think it's actually Punta Cana. But again, the same thing with Montego Bay. I say Punta Cana a lot too. So again, not too much on my pronunciation, okay? We decided on Punta Cana. Long story short, the person was on some weird type of timing, and I ain't gonna lie, I was supposed to been cut that person off earlier than I did, but like who I was last year ain't the person I am this year, okay? Like we're no longer giving these people grace, okay? Like you got literally one simple time to be weird with me, just one time to be weird with me, you're done, you're finito. That person was even lucky I gave them grace, okay? But like the stuff that they was on during that time period was like, all right, this is my 13th reason, girl. You gotta go. I feel like talking about that person is another story time on its own. Stuff like planning out a trip, I actually do take seriously, because you know how you bring it up to like friend groups, for example, like, hey y'all, we should go on a trip, and then everybody's so down to go on vacation, but when it's actually time to like pay for this and pay for that and put up for this and put up for that, the group chat silent. Yeah, I don't play that. And that person was doing that plus the other weird stuff that was going on like simultaneously, so it was just like, okay, I clocked you for the other weird stuff, but in regards to the trip, like if you didn't really want to go, then why did you try to invite yourself into? Because I could have been planning a trip for myself, for one, and two, I would have been went to Punta Cana. It would just would have been by myself, which again, that's okay, you know what I mean? Long story short, I cut that person off. Literally days after I cut that person off, I ended up booking a flight. Literally days, not even a full week. You think because I cut you off that's about to stop my motion? You're delusional. Yeah, I still went on the trip. I just booked it for myself. So because I was booking a trip by myself, and I'm booking an international trip by myself, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, planning out the excursions, resort situations, so all that, like I wasn't about to do that by myself. That I wasn't going to do by myself. My first ever solo international trip. It's not my first time going somewhere international, but this will be my first time going somewhere international by myself. The last time I went somewhere international, it was to Nigeria, of course with my family, and I think I was like 9-10 years old. So I decided to look into travel agencies in regards to booking a trip, because you know how most of these travel agency sites have like a little like page where you can tell them where you want to go, the dates, what type of trip you want, whether it's chill, luxury, whatever, and all those other things, and then like you submit that and they give you a rate on how much everything gonna cost. You just pay that rate and just wait for it's time for you to hop on your flight. That's what I was on, because like the other person was gonna like take care of everything. Well, I don't believe that at this point, but that was the plan. So since that was about to be my responsibility for my stuff, I'm like, no, somebody else gonna have to do it, because it's not about to be me. I did come across one travel agency. Now because of the context of the story time, I'm not gonna tell y'all exactly the agency that I booked under. I have no problems with the agency at all, especially the host of the trip. No problems with her at all either, but due to the people that also were on the trip, I'm just gonna keep it cute in that aspect. But like I was saying, so I found this one travel agency where of course I could have done it like I just told y'all. I can like tell them what I want to do, where I want to go, how long I'm trying to be out there, where I want to stay out at, the excursions I want to do, and they just email me a price. However, while looking through the website, I had seen that not only do they do stuff like that, they also do group travel trips. And lo and behold, their first trip of 2025 was to Montego Bay, Jamaica. That just simplifies everything. I could just book this and go on about my day, and did. The same month I put my deposit down, I booked my flight. Like I wasn't playing, because again, like that idiot was not about to stop my motion, okay? The person I was talking to y'all about just earlier. So I left for Jamaica on a Thursday. My flight was mad early in the morning. My flight was exactly at 6:55 a.m. So I had to leave the house like at 4, but I ended up leaving like almost 4:30, like 4:20 something, pushing 4:30 in the morning. I barely slept that night because I went to bed kind of late. So I literally was running off of 1 hour of sleep going into the airport. Got there, it was quick because your girl flew Southwest. You already know Southwest have their own little TSA and everything, then every other commercial air flight, girl, I would have missed my flight probably if I had booked American. God forbid, not doing that ever again. American, Delta, any of them, United, whatever. But I'm a loyal Southwest customer. Even with this new change in rules with the check bags now and everything, though they're done for doing that, they haven't lost a customer, at least on my end. My flight was at 6:55 in the morning. I had a layover in Orlando. From Orlando, we got to Montego Bay. By the time we got to Montego Bay, our ETA was a little bit after 12 p.m., but we got there like around 11:50, 11:55-ish. The pilot that took us to Montego Bay from Orlando, he must have had somewhere to go, because he literally was like, you could feel the plane moving a little bit too fast. But like, we got there safe by the grace of God, and we got home back safely by the grace of God. Okay, let him use it. So we get there, I had to go through customs. I had to find the person that was in charge of the airport transfer, tell her my name. She was telling me where I gotta go to find my bus. Whoop. And quick disclaimer, I think I mentioned this part in the vlog too. No, I definitely did mention this in the vlog. But for those who have not watched the vlog, I'll say it again. People in Jamaica, and when I say people, I'm really talking about the men. If you are some fine going to Jamaica, be prepared for them to be all up in your face. Now granted, like, it's one thing when you're used to that everywhere you go, whether it's here, another city, another country, whatever. But I didn't know how bad it was in Jamaica. Like, in Jamaica, like, the men are very, like, bold. Like, a little bit too persistent for my liking. And I don't like persistent men. Persistent as in, like, I'm obviously not interested and you still keep trying to go smack at me. And I don't have my pepper spray with me because I can't bring that to TSA, or I wouldn't have any pepper spray to come back home to, which is why my pepper spray was left behind here in Maryland. But it's stuff like that you know what I mean, like, get away from me, because that energy started literally when I landed. Like, I was still in the airport, I was still going through customs, and this, I'm talking about the staff, the airport staff was all up in my face, the people at the desk was all up in my face. And then when I got outside to look for my airport transfer, like 10 of the dudes working the bus transfers was trying, you know what I'm saying, the dude on our actual bus, and him specifically, he was making his rounds. He went to every row where there was some fine joints at, some bad joints was at, and was just like doing what he got to do. When people know that you're not from where they from, like, I don't know what's so intriguing about that. Like, because even when I used to live in North Carolina, like, people knew that I wasn't from North Carolina, and I made them want to, I don't know if you're, like, I feel like if you get what I'm trying to say, you get what I'm trying to say, and if you don't, you don't. But, like, you know, like, I've been in those situations, but it's like, in Jamaica, it was just too much. In my opinion, it was just a little bit too much. Because I literally had to deal with that type of energy the whole trip. Like, the whole trip. The airport was literally like less than 5 minutes away from the resort that I stayed in. For context, I did stay at the Rio Reggae Resort. All-inclusive, adults only. Nice resort, by the way. I'm pretty sure the next time I go to Montego Bay, I'll just go right back to Rio Reggae. Other people that were on my transfer, we weren't all going to the same resort. Obviously, because we were closest from the airport, people that were staying at Rio Reggae got dropped off first. So we're getting off the bus, and y'all, I don't remember exactly what happened and what was said. I really don't remember, but it led to this one girl saying something, and I responded to the girl and I said, I know, right? Like, you know, agreeing with her, like, you know what I'm saying? And when I said that, she looking at me like I cursed her mother out or something, like, because I responded to what she had said, and all I said was, I know, right? My very first encounter with somebody, besides the men and the male staff all through the airport, my first actual encounter was like another person who was also, you know, going into the resort as a patron like myself, and it's already a nasty conversation. Okay, cool. I'm not used to that. Like a stranger does that to me, like, girl, I know, right? I'm like, yeah, girl, like, what? Because I'm not a mean girl. I'm not weird, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, off rip, I see what type of girl you are, and I'm not even finna play with that. So we get inside the resort, and mind you, even though it's before 12, well, right now at this point, it was 12 at this point for sure. It was 12 something though. So even though it was that early, you know how most places like hotels, they make you wait until 3 p.m. to check in. I'm guessing it's not really the case, at least in Jamaica or in all-inclusive resorts in general. Don't quote me, I don't know. This is my first international trip in how many years? I don't know, but like they was letting everybody check in though. Well, they let me check in when I got to the front. Before I even got to the front, this guy was making small conversation with me. So for the guy, we're gonna name him Buddy, and the girl that was being nasty to me because I responded to a comment she made, agreeing with her at that, we're gonna call her Ursula. So mind you, Ursula and Buddy were actually a part of the group trip, but I wasn't aware of that until I saw them again later on that evening. I mean, they're strangers regardless. I don't know anybody involved in this trip. Like not even technically. On some real, all y'all are strangers to me, but y'all know what I mean. Like I'm thinking like they're strangers. Like after we had this little talk in the line, I'm not going to see y'all again for the rest of my time here, you know what I mean? Buddy was having like conversation with me, like, oh, where you from, some other stuff, but the only thing I remember him asking me is where I'm from. Then he was like, oh, I hear that, like I hear it in your voice type. And I was like, oh, where you from? And he's like, yeah, I'm from up north too, but I'm from New York, whatever. But I peeped that him and Ursula came together though. To this day, y'all, I don't know their storyline, because like the beginning of the trip gave that they were all like homeboys, homegirls, because like it's actually 3 of them. There's a third person within their group, but she wasn't with them when they checked in. We'll get to her later. She's not like that big of a part in the story time for real, but she's going to be brought up a couple of times. So like, yeah, like I thought they were all like friends or whatever, because that's what it gave. But then like as the trip actually continued, they were kind of like more like booed up. So I don't know if that just happened while they were on the trip. I don't know if they actually were already something going into the trip. I don't know. I don't really care. But yeah, that's number 1. For 2, your girl was just rude to me like 2 seconds ago right outside the resort, but you in the resort in the line chatting it up with me. And while he's chatting it up with me, I'm peeping from my side, from my peripheral, Ursula's like she got a problem with him talking to me. Now, assuming this is her man, it doesn't make sense to me. Because like if you know your man is a friendly person, if you know that you're dating a friendly ninja, I hate that term, but I ain't trying to say the other word, and you're dating somebody who's like a social butterfly, why do you have an issue with him being himself? Like if you know that's not the type of man you want to be with, don't date him, because at the end of the day he's gonna do what he's gonna want to do. As a man, one thing about men, no matter what, they're gonna do what they want to do. Because me personally, it's not like I'm not social, but like I speak when spoken to type, and when you do speak to me, like I'm receptive, you know what I mean? I'm not like or anything like that, unless you are to me. But like off the rip, like I'm not a mean girl, bruh. So it's like if I'm the type of person where I only speak when I'm spoken to, but I'm dating a man who's like the total opposite, like he wants to talk to everybody, then I mean I knew what I signed up for. So if I know I don't like a social butterfly as a partner, I'm not about to put myself in that position and, you know what I'm saying, like, and just be weird in the background behind the scenes. Like I don't like stuff like that. Like you knew the type of man that you're dating, so why you got a problem with him talking to me? And he's talking to me. I didn't approach him, he approached me. So well, what's really the problem over here? Is it with me? Oh yeah, as y'all can tell so far in the story time, I don't like Ursula. I mean, her name in the story time is Ursula. And the only reason why I gave her that name, not just because I don't like her, but like her attitude just gave evil spirited like Ursula, and she's built like Ursula herself. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It just makes sense for her. And Buddy, obviously, because that's more so of a male nickname, and he was the friendly one in the group. Oh wait, I wasn't even done. And for 3, why is there even a man on the trip? Because and it's not my business, but technically it is. It's not a problem or anything, but like in the group chat it's literally all women, so I assumed that this was like an all woman trip. So why wasn't he in the group chat? That could have been mentioned, like, you know. And he was the only man on the trip too. He wasn't like weird or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? But either way, like I feel like it's going to be men involved, like that should have been mentioned. And me personally, and this is no shade, but why are you bringing your man onto a group trip with other strangers? For 2, as a grown man, why are you even allowing that? Why aren't you paying for y'all trip and just call it a vacation? That's just me. I'm not about to have a whole partner and we on a trip with, I'm not, bro. We can meet people while we out here. by ourselves on vacation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a little strange, that's a little weird, but like that's just me though. To each their own, right? I check in. The check-in guy was cool. He put the little wristband on my wrist. I know for most like international trips where people are staying like at all-inclusive resorts, they put like this band on your wrist, and usually that's like the key to your room. But tell me why that band was just like a regular band, like to let people know like we're staying here at the Rio Reggae Resort. They actually do give you a separate room key, like an actual key card. So it's like, like I gotta wear this ugly band the whole trip. Like even while I'm trying to take pictures and everything, like, you know, but it's cool. And then they were telling me how like, yeah, like if you cut off the band or take it off any type of way, like it's a $200 fee USD. So definitely was not messing with that band the whole time. I acted like it was part of my skin, child. Okay, he tried to put me in this room on the first floor. I don't do ground floors. It don't matter where I'm staying at. Like when I travel, like if y'all can't give me the highest floor in this building, I'll take anything but the first floor. Like the lowest I'll take is the second floor. But in this case, Rio Reggae only has 3 floors, so you literally only have the second and the third floor to choose from if you ain't trying to be on the first. I told him to double check because I wasn't about to go like that. Like I would literally sit here and wait until another room opens up. Like, so he double checked like right then and there and was like, oh, we actually do have another room available on second floor. Do you want that one? Yeah. So he gave me the room on second floor. They had a bellhop take my bags upstairs to my room, and I was gonna like tip him. I did tip him when I saw him again formally when I left Jamaica, or when I was leaving Jamaica, because another thing, I actually didn't take out cash until the next day. And with that being said, even though I do have my actual bank cards with me, I'm not about to use it on this trip. I'm not about to use my cards on this trip. And I didn't, like, my plan was to just use cash the whole trip, but I don't know what was the reason. What was the reason? I don't know why I waited till the next day to do it, but I just ended up taking out cash the next day. I got in the room. I of course chilled for a little bit because, like I said, the night prior before coming out here to Jamaica, I didn't get any sleep. So I didn't like sleep because if I had actually went to bed, I probably would have woke up like at 8 p.m. or not even 8 p.m. specifically. It would have just been late at night. So I just relaxed for a little bit. I'm the type of person where I don't take 1 hour naps, 30, 45-minute naps. Like if I'm going to take a nap, I'm about to be out for some hours. That's just how that go. I chilled for a couple of hours. I changed out of my airport fit into my swimsuit eventually, and yeah, and then I was outside. So I'm outside, and I don't know how to explain it, but like the resort is on a beach. Even though I was on beach property, I wasn't like sitting like close to like the water and stuff like that. I was still like sitting in like the beach chairs that was closest to like the walkway coming into the area, if that makes sense. So basically I was in the cut, like in the back. There's a poolside bar on the right side, and there was one that was closer to me on the left, and that was like my go-to poolside bar for well, bar in general. That was my go-to bar the whole trip. Y'all know those jokes like on TikTok and stuff like that where they be like drinks at like all-inclusive resorts are like watered down or whatever. Now granted, I did have some moments where my drinks were watered down, no cap, but not when I was at that bar. So if you're going to Rio Reggae, the poolside bar that's like directly facing the swim up bar / the beach itself, go there. Because they're gonna get you right. They're gonna get you right for sure. And there's another bar that they have like right when you walk in the resort, and that one's actually 24 hours. So like if you were the type to wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning like, oh, I want to drink, that's actually wild though. Why are you waking up in the middle of the night? Because you need alcohol. You might need help. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter the situation or what time it is. Like if it's 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, they got you. But I didn't go there as often. I think I went to that bar like twice, maybe 3 times max. But the bar that's like in the middle of the beach area, at some point after chilling in my beach chair for a little bit, that's where I went. So I didn't notice it in real time, of course, but when I came home and I was going through the footage that I took of my vacation vlog, there was like this really, well, they're both really old, but there was one older guy that was in the back of my video, like trying to get in the frame, doing all this waving into the camera, and he's like sitting like in that bar is facing like the stage that they had outside for like performances and stuff like that, and they have of course all these tables out there facing that stage. So he was sitting in one of those empty chairs, one of those empty tables, like in the frame, waving at me. Mind you, like I just said, both of them were old AF, because there's two men that I'm about to mention right now. So I'm not about to get too deep with the names. We're just gonna call one of them Kidnapper A and Kidnapper B. And why we giving the Kidnapper aliases? Follow me, camera. You gotta follow me, camera. So the older guy that was really in my face is Kidnapper A. Then the homeboy slash the guy that was, again, like I said, all up in the footage, trying to get in the frame, waving at me like we know each other, we're gonna call him Kidnapper B, because I wasn't really talking to him. I was talking to Kidnapper A. We're not even talking to Kidnapper A. Kidnapper A was in my face. I was minding my business. Okay, so Kidnapper A comes up to me. I forgot how he introduced himself to me. Mind y'all, even though I'm here on a group travel trip, in this moment right here, I am by myself. Like, and not even just in this moment by myself. Technically speaking, I'm out here by myself. I'm not out here with nobody that I know. I'm chilling by myself at a bar. But like, even though there's hella people out here, it don't matter. Anything can happen to me. And around this time, like I said in the vlog as well, like around this time, that's where like a lot of weird things were going on. Like when people were going on spring break, the most like big news that was going on around that time, like the highlight was that one girl that went missing in Dominican Republic. Y'all not about to make me a statistic. That's what I do know. Okay, he comes up to me, whatever, he's trying to talk me up, whatever, asked me where I'm from. I told him that I'm from the DMV. He said, what's the DMV? I said DC, Maryland, Virginia. He was like, oh, which one are you from, the D, the M, or the V? I told him the V, because you don't need to know exactly where I'm from. Your vibe is already throwing me off. Like, just look at you. Like, literally just looking at him alone, you're not a trustworthy person. Like, you're literally up to some shiesty just looking at your face. Like, and if I just look at you and know you shiesty, that is a problem. That is an issue. So he's talking to me or whatever. I'm not even looking at this man, bro. Like, I'm responding to him, but like I'm facing like my phone or the camera, because I was, you know, like I said, I was vlogging at this time. So I'm either looking dead at this camera on my phone, or I'm just facing like the front of me, whether that's like the bartenders themselves or like the little stage thing that was going on. Because though I said there was like a stage facing that way, facing the bar, like they was having like performances by the pool too, so like that was also going on. So I'm like kind of looking at that too, which was kind of like behind the bar ish, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Like, again, you just have to be there for you to understand. Okay, he asked me what I'm drinking. I said, oh, I was drinking this mojito, but I'm about to get something else, because mind you, I had ordered a mojito, and honestly that was a negative 1000 out of 10. That drink was disgusting. I don't know what to order, but I'm not quick to get another drink. Like, I just got this one, like I'm gonna just wait it out or whatever. So he's like, oh, what are you drinking? I said I was drinking this mojito, but I don't like it. He was like, oh, I can get you another drink. I can get you as much drink as you want. It don't matter. First of all, this is an all-inclusive resort. Of course you can give me all the drinks that I want. They're free. And not free, but y'all know what I mean. Like, when we pay to be here, like, it's covered. I'm not gonna lie, that made my skin itch, because I'm just sitting here like, was that your way of telling me you got lotion? Because you really don't. Because like, whether you here or not, I could still get all the drinks in the world if I wanted to. You feel me? I didn't even say nothing bad, because if I did, it was gonna be something disrespectful. But I had to be smart and mindful of what I say and how I move, because I'm not home. You know what I'm saying? And not even that, I'm out the country, and I'm just a girl. So like I said, I didn't say anything in return, but then he's like poking me, because I'm not really talking to him at this point. So I look at him like, because don't touch me. Not even just the fact that I don't know you, but if I don't know you and I'm already not jacking your vibe, you have no business putting your skin onto mine. Like, you have no business touching me. So off that, like, I'm like, you don't gotta do that. Like, I literally said, you don't gotta do that. On everything I love, do not touch me. So he's like, no, I'm just trying to get your attention. Like, are you having a good time? I'm like, yeah, I'm just chilling. So he told me his name, but I don't remember. He was telling me a lot of things about himself. The only thing I remember him telling me was that he was from Canada. All the other stuff he was rambling about, I literally cannot tell y'all, because I was literally just tuning him out. I tell him that I'm about to get myself a strawberry daiquiri. I'm about to get myself a strawberry daiquiri. He then says to the bartender, let me get 2 strawberry daiquiris. Okay, whatever. So she brings both of them out. I take mine. He's like, oh, like, let's do cheers. I ain't gonna lie, I was being messy, because like before we even did the cheers, I had peeped his nails. You know how I just said that I looked at him and I already knew he was like, you could just look at him and know he's up to no good. The nails was a dead giveaway, child. When he said that we should cheers first, I said, yeah, like, let me record us doing cheers. So I recorded us doing cheers, and look, if this is not the hints of a monster, if this is not the hints of a monster, I don't know what is, child. At some point I got up and I sat in another set of beach chairs, the ones that was facing the poolside bar / closest to like the ocean water, the beach water, because I was trying to get away from him. So I didn't even say, oh, I'll be right back, or oh, I'm about to do something real quick. I just took my drink, got up, and took my camera and my phone and my purse and walked the other way. Of course he follows me, right? He follows me. He's like, oh, like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you having a good time? Are you okay? You having a good time? I'm like, I'm just chilling. Like, that's all I kept saying every time he kept trying to ask me stuff. Then I was just like, I'm just chilling, man. I'm just here, man. I'm just chilling, man. I don't know how this transpired, but at some point he did say, oh, can we go back to my room? Immediately he said that, I got up and I went back to the bar, because if I curse you out, we really about to have an issue. And I only been in Jamaica for like what, an hour? And I'm the type of person where like I go off of the first thing that happens at an event. Like the first thing that goes down, I feel like it's gonna set the tone for the remainder of my time out here. So with Ursula being a weirdo towards me off the rip before we even really get into the resort, and now this situation is going down like this, it was just throwing me off. But like, just to let y'all know, I did enjoy my time on the trip. Do not get me wrong, I did enjoy Jamaica. Like I said, I do plan on going back. But for this to happen when I just touched down, like first day out here, is crazy. I'll go back to the bar. He's still trying to talk to me. I already shut down because like, you just grossed me out with that one. Your nails and your face already grossed me out. Your fit and everything like that grossed me out. But then you had your, like, what about me? I'm literally not being receptive. But y'all probably also sitting here like, girl, like, if they so irritating, why didn't you just go back to your room? Why would I go back to my room? I came out here to enjoy myself. I'm having a good time. Y'all not about to run me away from a good time. I was chilling by myself. I was having a good time by myself. Y'all not about to run me away from that. And for two, it's people all around, so like, I want people to see this. I want there to be witnesses just in case, because I feel like if I would have just immediately walked back to my room, anything could have happened. Okay, you know, at some point there may not be people witnessing me walking from the beach to my room. Like, anything could have happened. Okay, so at some point kidnapper B comes to the bar. So then they start speaking in their language. I don't know if it's Russian, French, or whatever they speak in Canada. Not even what they speak in Canada, because honestly, I feel like they were lying about the Canada thing, because I think Canadians do speak French. I feel like they were speaking Russian or something. And mind you, I'm not even being ignorant. I actually did take French when I was younger. French 1 and French 2. So I'm intermediate. I'm intermediate in French now. So yeah, I didn't hear no parlez-vous français. I ain't hear none of that while they was talking child. So I really feel like he was lying to me too. That's what, hey, because when you a kidnapper, when you plotting, you know what I'm saying, like, you gotta keep an alias. So they talking in their language, and while they're talking, kidnapper B was like pointing at like my arm. He didn't touch me, but he was like pointing at my arm. Side note, I have like a really huge birthmark on my arm. Well, on the upper part of my arm, of my left arm, literally from my shoulder blade to like my elbow is that big. You know, I've heard all the jokes. Oh, did your parents do X, Y, and Z? Oh, were you burned bad somewhere in your childhood? I heard it all. That don't faze me. But in this case, it was going to faze me because I was already like irritated, because I'm trying to have a good time by myself before I have to be around other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to enjoy the fact that I'm in a whole nother country. I'm finally away from work and school and all the things. And here y'all go. They started speaking in English, and he was like I said, I heard it all before. They started speaking in English, and he was like, oh, did you burn yourself?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Like, with that face and all. Oh, did you burn yourself? And I was like, no, this was a birthmark, because don't play with me. Then they go right back to speaking in their language before speaking in English again. This is Kidnapper B, by the way, that's asked that dumb question, and this is Kidnapper B resuming the questioning. So then he comes back and he's like, did you come out here by yourself? Now, for people who travel solo, never tell anybody you out here by yourself. Please write that down. If y'all want a separate video on not even solo travel tips, but solo travel tips as a woman, let me know in the comments. I got y'all. But what I will say for now, one big tip traveling solo as a woman, you never tell anybody you're out there by yourself. Never do. Even if you really are, I mean, duh, because you're solo traveling, you don't do that. And even though I was out there with a group, I technically wasn't lying, but like technically this is a solo trip for me. So I was like, no, I came here with my friends, but they're in their rooms. He's like, oh, are they all black too?
What?
Is hoes cool? That's what I'm trying to figure out, Bookie. I don't know if a hoe cool or if a hoe hot. I don't know.
So now you already confirmed that you're racist. You already gave that, but now you just confirmed it for me. Why do you need that information? Why is that important details for you to know? So I just said, yeah. Then he makes like a face again, then goes back to talking to bruh in their language again. Then he comes back to me, Kidnapper number B, the weirdo. Well, they're both weirdos, but you know, the one that's asking the wildest questions, the audacity. He's like, oh, well, do you and your friends want to come back to our rooms and roll up the cigarettes and smoke? Roll up the what? Like, what do I give right now? Because for you to ask me what's happening, I don't smoke cigarettes. I actually that's like the #1 smell on this planet that I despise. And if you smoke cigarettes, I'm judging the dog out of you. I hate cigarettes with a passion, yo. I'm telling you. So first of all, you even asking me to even put one in my mouth is crazy. But then on top of that, either he really meant like real live cigarettes, or he was really referring to like gardening. If you know what that means, you know what that means. And he just didn't know the real word for gardening. Either way though, what am I giving right now for you to have the audacity to ask me that and thinking that's gonna be okay for you to ask me that? At that note, bro, I said, oh no, actually I gotta go meet my friends right now. I'm just gonna go. Then I packed my stuff up completely and I finally decided to go back to my room. Kidnapper A was trying to get me by myself, and now Kidnapper B is trying to make it like an exclusive thing. I'm gonna just walk away. I've been out here for too long. So I'm walking back to my room. So to go to your room, if you stay on the 2nd or 3rd floor, you can either take the stairs or you can take the elevator. At this point, I was taking the elevator. The minute I get to the elevator, and thank God the elevator didn't open up yet, it took some time. I feel somebody tapping me behind me. So I turn around and it's Kidnapper A. And he's like, you want me to walk you back to your room? Absolutely not. And at this point, bro, now I'm acting like how I would genuinely. Like now I'm about to tee up. And now that we're actually in the lobby and the front desk is right there, if you don't walk away right now, bro, I'm going to cause a scene right here, right now. And I said that to him. I said, sir, the front desk staff is right beside us. If you try anything with me right now, I'm going to cause a scene and have you and your homeboy kicked out of here ASAP. I do not care. Walk away. But if you don't, I'm about to cause a scene. And he did exactly that and walked away. So that means that whole like 3-minute walk I just made from the beach back inside the lobby, y'all was following me the whole time. God is good, but wow. You know what I mean? People are just insane, bro. So I get back to my room. I'm trying to process what just happened out there. Like, wow, like if this is only day 1, like what's day 2, 3, and 4 about to give? You know what I'm saying? I took a shower, then I got dressed, and I went to the buffet at the resort. I think it's called A Key. And I went there because in the group chat, the host was telling everybody in the group chat that we're going to meet at the buffet at 8 o'clock to like have like our introduction dinner, meaning like we all formally meet for the first time. I was a little bit late. I wasn't the last one to come because there was 2 other girls that came even later than I did, so I really didn't feel bad because I was trying to find the buffet at first. Like, it's my first day out here, not too much. So when I finally found it, a lot of the people were already at the table. I was sitting directly next to the host. So the host, we were gonna call her Hallie. She was like, you know, introducing herself. You know, I was introducing myself to her. Then she said, yeah, like, we're not starting the dinner yet because not everybody here, so you can just go get your food and whatever. I turn around and I see on the other side of my seat is Buddy and Ursula. Like I said, even though I met them earlier in the day, I thought they were just two random people coming into the resort. I didn't know they were part of the group chat that I was on. So when I saw them, I was like, oh, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Because he's looking dead at me, Buddy. He looking dead at me. He's like, hey, what's up? You know, so I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like, I didn't know you was part of this trip. What? Ursula, of course, didn't speak. Me mugging me, yes, but didn't speak. I'm going to get into it as the story progresses. But, you know, people that don't like you for no reason, obviously, if they do, that means you're that girl. That's just why it's important to... Haters are important to have in your life, because you ain't got no haters, you're not popping, and that's just the routine. You know those people that don't like you, but when they do decide to speak to you, it's only on some negative stuff, and it's like, bro, like, I'd rather you just don't speak to me at all, because like now you about to piss me off. Like, do you want to fight? Like, what's up? So when I got my food and came back to sit down, the waitress came up to me and asked me if I wanted anything to drink. I asked her if she can give me a lemon drop. She said yes. Cool. She came back with my drink fairly quickly. I'm drinking my drink, I'm eating my dinner. Ursula then says, you said you got a what? A lemon drop. But that's all I said. A lemon drop. Cause girl, what? They don't like you, but they want to copy you. I just don't know if they want to like me or hate me. Like, you don't like me, but you copy. Okay, girl. I'm used to that at this point, child. But it's like, dang, even in a whole nother country, y'all on that same type of timing. That's crazy. But again, I'm used to that. So for her choice to drink, she orders what I got. Okay. So these other two girls came or whatever. I think they're either sisters or cousins. I don't know. Don't care. We just gonna say they're sisters for the sake of the story time, because I really don't know. And they were the last two people to come, like I said. So due to how the seats were kind of seating at the moment, I had to move down so they could have like two seats beside each other. With me moving down, I was sitting like directly next to Buddy at this point. It was me, an empty seat, and then Buddy. And then across from Buddy was Ursula and the third friend that I was talking about earlier. For the sake of the story time, we'll give her a name. We're gonna call her Pinky. No exact reason, we're just gonna call her that. So those are the three musketeers: Buddy, Ursula, and Pinky. Okay. You know how people like to be funny and be weird for no reason, like awkward for no reason? It ain't that deep. I'm just moving the seat down so people can sit with their people. But I peeped with me moving to a seat directly next to Buddy. I peeped that Pinky was trying to like be like awkward, and Ursula is making those weird faces that she just kept on making. Like, just, girl, you keep squeezing your face like that, it's gonna freeze up one day on you. Your mother ain't tell you that when you was a kid? So I'm peeping that, but I'm just like paying it no mind, because it's like y'all doing too much. And fun fact, most of these people on this trip were like older. When we were doing like introductions, like everybody was taking a turn, and you know, I'm sitting right next to the host, so I ended up going first. So, you know, we're saying, you know, who we are, our age, where we from, all that. Buddy is pushing 40. I think he said he's 36, 38. It was some even number past 35. Either he said he was 36 or 38. I think he said 38 though. Ursula ass is 43. You know what I'm saying? Like, you more than half my age. Why are you... You know what I mean? Now, Pinky, I don't remember if she even said her age, because I don't remember what she said. And that was also another reason why I was confused as to what their situation was, because, like I said, Buddy is from New York. And she said she was from somewhere else. She didn't say New York, but she said she was from somewhere else. I think she said she had like 4 kids. So not only are you more than half my age, but you're a mother. And you're a mother of damn near a handful amount of kids, worried about another that you don't know from candy paint. Like, watch out. Besides me, there was another girl who was my age. Then there were the 2 girls, the ones that came late. They were also in their 20s, but like one of them was like, she had just turned 21. So she was actually like the youngest out of everybody. But like in regards to people in their 20s, I'm thinking everybody's finna at least be in their 20s. 30s is one thing, because you know, I'm not too far from 30 myself, so I ain't, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking that, you know what I mean? I didn't know it was gonna be old heads on this trip. Again, no shade, but it was definitely some old heads on the trip. I ain't even, okay, push it, okay. So after like everybody introduces themselves, we started playing like icebreaker games. Like there was this little like pouch that Hallie passed around. The pouch gets to me. It's like questions that we have to ask, but they were all questions based on travel, like nothing personal, like when was your last trip, or have you ever solo traveled, or have you ever been on a girls trip, and stuff like that. So during the icebreaker game, when the pouch of questions got to Ursula, before she even read the question that she picked out from the bag, she then makes a comment to myself, actually out here getting me drunk, y'all. First of all, your drink is still halfway full. My lemon drop at least was a little watered down. I ain't even hold you. So either they was more heavy-handed with her drink, or again, she just trying to be funny. Girl, I ain't get you nothing. You chose to copy me. What, 2 sips and you faded? Like, shut up. Just chatting just to chat. I hate when people just be chatting. Like, the dinner was wrapping up. Hallie, the host, was like, yeah, like y'all don't gotta leave. Like, dinner's still open. Y'all can very much still stay here and eat if y'all need to. We're gonna start our first day of the trip tomorrow. So we're gonna go river rafting, and then we're gonna go to a waterfall. Cool. So remember, y'all, like I said, prior to coming into the resort, I didn't take out any cash, and I'm not about to use my card internationally. That we're just not about to do that. Y'all not about to scam me. Y'all not gonna overcharge me. I just won't spend no bread out here until I get my cash out. So I asked Hallie like if I could take cash out before this day we about to have tomorrow, and she was like, well, there should be ATMs in the resort. Cat, by the way. But before I peeped that, she was like, yeah, there should be ATMs at the resort, like you could take money out, but if anything, on the way to where we gotta go, like I'll just have the driver stop somewhere so you can take money out. I just waited on that, honestly, because I wasn't about to walk around the whole resort and it's dark outside trying to find an ATM. Like, it's literally not that deep before I get robbed. Okay, I feel like the camera was a little at first. Hopefully it's better now. And on top of that, not only did we have a full day of excursions on our hands, we also had to be at the lobby by 8 a.m. I thought I was on vacation. Why am I waking up early in the morning for it? But that's just one thing about doing like something like that, like traveling with people in general. Like, to make it to excursions, there's gonna be times where y'all gotta get up early. That was the only thing about the group trip thing that I didn't really care for, was having to wake up mad early to do what we had to do on the itinerary. But I mean it is what it is. Even though I knew that we had to be at the lobby by 8 a.m. I didn't go to sleep. I kept my dress on, the dress that I wore to the dinner, but I had changed it to like a different pair of shoes because I had on heels going into the dinner. And I go back to the bar that I was at when I first got to Jamaica, because obviously the first go around it didn't go so well. And just to let y'all know, I didn't see kidnappers A and B after that situation. I thank God I didn't see them again after that. I had to do that whole experience all over again because they ruined it for me the first time. So I get to the bar, I'm chilling or whatever, and one of the bartenders was talking to me. We gonna call him Daryl. Daryl, the bartender, was talking to me or whatever, you know, still serving people in between time, but was like trying to talk to me. He had noticed my camera because of course I'm vlogging. He was like, oh, I'm scared of you, I'm scared of you. I'm like, what you mean you scared of me? Yeah, because you a vlogger, right? I see your camera. I'm like, I'm vlogging. The correct term to use when speaking to me is content creator, okay? Because I do it all, period. I'm vlogging, like, what's so scary about that? And he's like, oh, nothing in your life is to yourself. Like, everybody know what's going on in your life. Ain't nothing private, da da da. I'm like, well, that's not me. It just never gave that, and it's not ever going to give that, you know? So from there, he just starts asking me, do you have a boyfriend? And I said that I just got out of a relationship. Now, granted, that's a lot because I haven't been in a relationship in God knows how long. But I said that instead of, yes, I do, because for one, if I did have a man, he'll be sitting right beside me at this bar. Why would I be at the bar by myself when I got a whole man? And on top of that, like, around this time period when people would ask me if I got a boyfriend and I would say yes, like, they still would try their hand anyway. But I noticed when I say that I just got out of a relationship, I'm guessing that's translating to men that I'm not ready to talk to no dude right now. So they actually do decide to leave me alone when I say that versus, yeah, I got a boyfriend. But before he even asked me about that, he asked me if I was married. Now hold on. Babe, if I was married, my husband will be sitting right next to me. Okay, let's turn this on just a little bit. Do y'all think before y'all speak out here? You know? But yeah, so when I told him that I just got out of a relationship, he was like, oh, so why did y'all break up? And mind y'all, I just told y'all that I lied to him saying that I just got out of a relationship. So now I gotta keep the lie going. I gotta keep the lie moving. Cause I mean I'm on vacation. Like I could be anything I want to be. I'm on vacation. I may not ever see you again. I could be a doctor, an ER nurse, Batman, you feel me? Like, it's my world right now. I mean, it's forever my world, but right now, like, it's really my world however I want my world to be right now. You get what I'm saying? So us talking about my imaginary situation then led to us talking about his actual situation, basically telling me how this is girl that he's been with for I think over a year, he said, or a year. They've been on and off. She cheated at some point, he cheated back. They're not together, but she still wants him. She wants him, she's stalking him. And you know, when men feed me stories like that, I just automatically don't believe y'all. Because it's like 9 times out of 10 you probably was the problem in real life. But of course, to another woman, you're not about to make it seem like you're not the problem. You're gonna make it seem like she the problem and you the innocent guy in this whole shebang. There's 3 types of men you gotta be careful about. That's Jamaican men, that's Haitian men, and there's Nigerian men. And mind you, I'm Nigerian, but I for damn sure approve that message. Them 3 are not to be trusted. I'm not saying all of them, all Jamaican men, all Haitian men, all Nigerian men are terrible people, but most of them are. So it was never going to be any of y'all on this trip. Like, I'm telling y'all, it was never going to be any of y'all on this trip. At some point, Daryl got too busy, so you know, he told me he'd be right back taking care of other people at the other side of the bar real quick. So now I'm back to just, you know, chilling by myself, enjoying the vibes, whatever. At some point, some guy at the other side of the bar, like the other opposite side of the bar, starts to talk to me. We're gonna call him Ethan. When Ethan decided to talk to me, I'm, you know, feeling myself, whatever, you know, on my phone. So at first I was recording myself, but then like at some point I had put my phone down, but not like put my phone down, like put it away. I was about to grab my ring light, my phone ring light out of my purse, but he didn't peep that, I guess, because when I put my phone down, like, because it was fairly quickly. So when I quickly put my phone up and put it right back down, he's like, oh, why you putting it down? And I'm like, oh, I can't see myself right now. So he took that as something deep, because the minute I said I couldn't see myself, he's like, what you mean you can't see yourself? You're gorgeous, you're this, that, and the third. Don't ever let anybody tell you not. Okay, slow down. You see me? Hello? I know what I'm giving. I don't know, that was like him trying to, like, if that was his way of trying to approach me just now, but that's not gonna help. I don't have low confidence, I don't have low self-esteem. I've never been any of that. And mind you, I've been around people who try to dim my light. You can't dim my light. So when he started to like go on a tangent, I at some point respectfully cut him off. And I feel like if I didn't cut him off, he would have kept going. So I don't know if he was drunk or whatever, but like, or that's just him personality wise, but I wasn't trying to hear all that. And I was like, no, like, I can't see myself, like, it's dark out here, because it was nighttime. I can't see myself, like, I had to get my ring light so I can really see myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a phone light's for, right? So he's like, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I didn't mean that, because when you said that, I was like, wait, because I'm seeing what I'm seeing. I'll keep it a bean. I'll keep it a band. I'll keep it a band with y'all, chat. I definitely did entertain him. He wasn't my type per se, but just about, I do have a type. When I think about it, was he really attractive, or was he just tall and dark skinned? It may sound cringy the way I'm telling it, but I promise you the way he said it was kind of cute. But like, not the beginning part when he went on a tangent, that was turning me off. But when he like apologized, I said, no, you cool, it's cool, like just not too much next time, you know what I'm saying? He came to like where I was sitting at, and he, you know, told me that his name was Ethan, and I said, oh, I'm Ashley. He extended his hand out. I shook his hand back, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you are gorgeous or whatever. I'm like, I appreciate that. Then he asked me how long I had been out here. I said I literally just got here like this morning. Then he was like, oh, okay, cool. I've been here since I think he said Wednesday. No, I remember he said he had been out here since Tuesday, and he was leaving Sunday. That he's out here with his cousin for his, I believe, 32nd or 33rd birthday. So I said happy belated. Then he told me that there was a beach party going on the other side of the beach. If I wanted to join him, I said sure. And while we're talking, I had peeped Daryl, the bartender, like watching us converse or whatever. Serious face and all, like he was not jacking that another man swooped in. And granted, this man was y'all like my vacation boyfriend. Things just be happening to me. Like that's, we walk into the other side of the beach where the beach party happening, and he telling us to hold my hand, and I ain't gonna lie, I held his hand, and we wasn't holding it like this. He was locking the fingers and some more, like, you feel me? It was crazy about the beach party. They were actually talking about that beach party at the dinner, and they're like, oh, like you guys should go out there, have a good time with or whatever. But I was telling myself, oh, I'm tired, I finna get ready for tomorrow. But as y'all are seeing, I didn't do that. I came right back outside, and I ended up going to the beach party, just not with the girls, but I was out with them boys. The beach party was alright. I did meet Ethan's cousin. He actually was at the bar already, so we won't call him Eddie. Ethan and Eddie, okay, cool. So I had met Eddie. Eddie was really cool, by the way. Like every single time I met up with Ethan and Eddie, like Eddie was cool the whole time. Ethan was too, but I'm saying like Eddie was like cool the whole time. Eddie had ordered drinks for himself, Ethan, and I was like, oh, like let's do cheers, you know, record for my story, whatever. So I pull out my phone, we recorded. They messed up a couple of times too, but it was cool. They were cool about it. I didn't dance. Ethan did a lot of dancing. Eddie and I were just like chilling. I was watching the people like perform, because that's what really the beach party consists of, was just loud music and like men dancing to the music the whole night. So fast forward, the beach party ends and we about to walk back into the lobby. Eddie is peeping the vibes, you know. He said that he was about to go back to the room, but it was nice meeting you, talking to me. I'm like, nice meeting you too. He goes to the room. Ethan asked if I wanted him to walk me back to my room. I said that you could walk me back to the elevator respectfully. He said, no, that's cool, I just want to make sure that you get back to your room safely. I'm like, all right, I appreciate that. So again, he's like, all right, cool, let's go, hold my hand. And I ain't gonna lie, yeah, we holding hands, you know what I'm saying? He walked me back to the elevator. He said it was nice to meet you, you know, hope to see you again tomorrow. He gave me a hug. I went inside the elevator. I went back to my room. I got unready for bed, and yeah, now it's the next day. So I did hit the snooze button a couple of times, but I wasn't late, because when we got there, we didn't even leave at 8. We didn't leave for our excursion until like basically 8:30. So I'm like, dang, if I knew we wasn't gonna leave on time, I would have slept in a little longer or not rushed like I did, you know. So I'm in the lobby, like sitting on the couch, chilling or whatever. This girl walks up to me. So we're gonna call her Aggie, you know, like slang for aggravating. Yeah, we're gonna give her that. So Aggie walks up to me while I'm on my phone. Before I even continue, Aggie was the girl that I was referring to that's the same age as myself. And mind you, the way Aggie walked up on me and introduced herself to me and all the things, I thought the girl was gonna be cool. At first I thought she might be cool. When she came upstairs and hugged me and all that, we had peeped that we're basically wearing the same outfit going into these excursions. I had a Jamaican shirt on, she had a Jamaican shirt on. I was wearing black shorts, she was wearing black shorts, but her black shorts like had like Jamaica written on them. I just had on like regular plain black shorts. I was wearing a Jamaica colored bikini, and she was also wearing a Jamaica colored bikini under as well. I had on Yeezy slides, but she had on like water shoes. But besides the feets, we was damn near matching from head to knee, you know. So I'm thinking, oh, she get it, like, you know what I'm saying, like this is a little bit too weird that we damn near matching. We don't even know each other from a can of paint, but hey, that must mean something. That's somebody I don't ever wish to see in life ever again. Like if I go the rest of my life never seeing you again, like my life is content. Y'all gonna see why as this progresses. So Aggie walks up on me and she's like, hey Ashley, like I seen you at the dinner and you were just so pretty, and you know I just want to, you know, introduce myself formally, like I'm Aggie. So I'm like, oh, you know, nice to meet you, whatever. You know, I hug her back. You know, that's when she had mentioned that we were matching. I'm like, oh, like just about like per, you know what I'm saying? Like I forgot what she said, but it led me to me asking her how old she was, and she told me that she was 26. So I then said, oh, okay, cool, like I'm 26 too. So mind you, you know, when you usually meet people in spaces and you find out that y'all the same age, another human being's normal reaction would be, oh, okay, me too, or oh, per, or you know, like, you know, especially when you're in a space where it's not many of us in the same age range, but we're the exact same age. Like that's tough, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't what I received. When I said, oh, I'm 26 too, she was like, oh, like that's it. Just oh. Then there was like a little awkward silence, and that's when she went on to talk about the two girls that came late to the dinner the night prior. We're gonna name the youngest one, the one that had just turned legal, Stacy. Again, I don't know if they're sister or cousins, but for the sake of story, we're just gonna say they're sisters, and her sister Simone. So we got Stacy and Simone, okay? So she was like, yeah, but I met Stacy last night. It was just so nice to meet somebody like of younger age, you know? So I'm like, yeah. Because I just told you we're the same age and you had nothing to say, but then you continue to go on about the next person who's not even in your age range for real. You pushing 30, she just entered her 20s, which is fine. But it was just the fact that that was your response to after I said I was your age. Like, that was just a little strange to me. If I'm talking to you and I'm like, oh, I'm 26, how about you? And you're like, oh, I'm 26 too, or I'm 27. Oh, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? I told you we're the same age, and it's like, oh, well, I met so-and-so, and it was just nice to finally meet somebody who can relate. The host finally comes downstairs to let us know that the bus about to pull up. Not the bus, but the van was about to pull up. It was like 14 of us on this trip, and y'all got us in this small ass van. No shade, I thought y'all was finna pull out the Sprinter. I should have bum rushed to get in that van, because when I finally got in the van, I had to sit in the back, right? But mind you, the way the back was set up, not even how the back was set up, the way the seating arrangements was set up in the back, it wasn't a comfortable ride. It was Simone, me, Aggie, and Stacy. Mind you, Simone is nowhere near small. Simone is not a small person whatsoever, which again, before y'all come for me, I'm not saying like that's the issue. What I didn't like, however, is on the ride, like she kept like doing this. I ain't trying to touch y'all no way evil. Like I don't like being, I just told y'all I don't like being touched, especially by people I don't know. You think I like this right now? But like, where can I move? So this is the situation until we get to where we need to get to and back to the resort, and it is what it is. But you being extra dramatic, like, and moving yourself like you touching something, like a piece of trash is touching you right now. Like, bro, I was peeping at and off rip, I wasn't even jacking her. Like, it's one thing if you're just like moving just to move, but like you're doing all of this, moving to the side of the to the window, and you're already like pressed against the window. Like I said, she's a heavy set mom, so it's nowhere for you to even move off the rip. You feel me? You're already skin to skin with the window / body of the van. So we made a stop at some type of like shopping center, I guess. We went to this one ATM, it wasn't working. We went to another ATM, he said it was giving scam. Don't really know what that really meant, but when he said that, I'm like, all right, I'm not about to put my card in here. So we went to a third one, and it was actually like security standing outside that one. I went inside there, I took money out. Cool. Yeah, Jamaica's really not that expensive. I took out way more money than I needed to. So we get back in the van, we on the way. We made another stop, but we made a stop like on the side of the road type. They was selling like beads and bracelets and things like that. I didn't buy anything from there. I was not interested. However, I did take pictures out there. We went back on the van. We're on the way. Mind y'all, I was getting a little confused once we were like an hour in on the ride, because I'm thinking where we about to go is in Montego Bay. Y'all, tell me why the drive was damn near 3 hours.
Oh no ma'am. Oh no ma'am. No ma'am.
The ride was 2 hours and 40 something minutes. clearly at this point we're no longer in Montego Bay. We're in Ocho Rios, if I'm saying that correctly. Somebody on the bus has said that we're near their airport, so I'm guessing Ocho Rios has their own airport. We didn't ride in no Sprinter not one time on this trip. We rode in all vans, which again, I'm not like tweaking about like that, but it's just like I feel like the amount of money we paid to be on this trip, like y'all could at least like put this towards a Sprinter, not no damn van, especially this van we in right now. I feel like I just got scammed, low-key. Like that's how bad like it was. The ride was not comfortable. It was a 0 out of 10 experience. And then mind you, the fact that we drove 2 hours and some change going to where we need to go. First of all, that was the ride to the river rafting joint. We still had to make another 30-minute drive to the waterfall and then make that drive back to the resort right after. So like it was, now granted, the river rafting, not even a 10 out of 10. 20 out of 10. I had a ball. I had a ball. But before we even get into like the actual river rafting itself, we was at like the main lobby before getting into our river rafting thing. So I'm vlogging that part or whatever, but during this time my camera was actually set on slow motion. And I didn't know that. People had seen me with my camera were like, oh my god, your camera's so nice. Oh my god, what camera do you have? Oh my god, I'm looking for everybody on my body. And on my Sony's body, you feel me? But I'm like, yeah, I got a Sony, whatever. Stacy was one of the people that were asking about my camera. I have put the camera like on her face to see how like good the quality of this camera is. Immediately said, oh no, I need that. Wooty whoop. Cool. Aggie was also one of the other people that were on my body by my camera, so she was like, oh, you got a camera, girl? Yeah, we gotta take pictures. When she said we though, she really meant herself. And it was actually time for us to get onto our bamboo rafts. People had to pick who they was finna sit with the exclusion of the host, Hallie. She was just gonna sit in a raft by herself. But when Aggie said that she wanted us to take pictures, I'm thinking, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all know that I basically booked a group travel trip just for it to be easier on me in regards to like booking a trip for myself internationally. But honestly, on top of that, I also was like, if I do make any connections with any of these people, like that would be like a plus, you know what I mean? So I thought that genuinely that was what was happening at this point with me and Aggie, but that wasn't the case. So I'm just asking like, hey, assuming you want to take pictures, like we about to be on the same raft. So she was like, yeah, but I'm out here with my sister, so let me ask her. Fun fact, her sister is actually the CEO of the actual agency, not the host. The host was the host. The host and the owner are best friends, but the host was hosting. Yeah, like Aggie is the younger sister of the CEO. I'm not 100% sure on what conversation was had. Considering what I know now about the type of person Aggie is, I'm pretty sure the conversation went along the lines of, I want to ride with you, but I need to use her for pictures because I need content for the gram. Like, not because, oh, she's cool and I want to take pictures and like, no, like I need content for myself and she's the one with the camera, like basically using me type, taking my niceness for granted. So she comes back from talking to her sister and comes to me and says, okay girl, I guess we're riding on the raft together now. She said it was cool. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, period, again, me not thinking people had other intentions. So we go on the raft. I'm the DJ of our raft. The rafter took most of my pictures, and when it came to my raft pictures, the pictures I took on the bamboo raft, I only used his photos because y'all know those people that you can tell don't like you through the way they take your photos. Because when I take other people's photos, like I take people's photos how I want my photos to be taken, which is real nice. Like, those people who in return, when they taking your photos, it looks like any fucking thing. Like, that's literally what every single photo Aggie took of me. Like, every single photo she took on my camera and on my cell phone, every single photo she took of me was butt, bro. Like, even when we was at the side of the road, and God don't like ugly. So besides, cranking, dancing, and all of that, her main focus was the pictures. But I was the one that was actually like having a good time vibing, recording myself, recording the vibes with the whoop. At some point, our river rafter guy asked if we wanted massages. Definitely got mine. That massage felt really good. He ate that little one. Definitely gave him a $20 tip. We got to like the other end of the river. It was like some beach. We was out there for a little while, sitting, chilling, whatever. Then we river raft back to like the lobby, I guess. I don't know what to call it because it's not a lobby, it's outside too, but I guess the check-in area. We got in the van. We went to the waterfall. The waterfall was like a 30-something or 45-ish minute ride from the bamboo river rafting excursion to here, the waterfall. First of all, I love me a good scenery. Please do not get me wrong. I just love a good scenery. Like, we're literally in the midst of God's creation. I'm gonna eat that up every time. But I'm thinking we just about to be out there. I ain't know we was finna walk through the waterfalls. Now I see why y'all said to wear water shoes. Yeah, that was not a good time for me. Walking through them was not a good time for me. And not even that, like my phone had died by the time we got there, so like my camera was fully charged, but they was like to not bring anything that you like hold near and dear, because like you might just lose it walking through the waterfall. Now, no matter where I'm going, I always have my phone in my hand. Like that just, I'm not about to be separated from my phone. That's not about to happen. I don't care. And they was telling us too, put your phones in here too, put your phone in the van too. Y'all can do that if y'all want to. I'm not about to do that. So we get to the waterfall. I'm recording the waterfall. Then tell my son come on, we finna walk through it. I got scared. I'm a suburban. I don't do stuff like this. We walking through the waterfall. Mind you, I don't do stuff like this clearly because I came out here with Yeezy slides on, right? So I'm thinking I'm finna be straight. I was not straight. 2 minutes into walking through the waterfall, I lose my left shoe. Now I'm walking through this joint with one shoe on, and I literally saw like my shoe go down like that. So I'm thinking I'm cooked. I'm just about to be out here with one shoe on, coming back into a hotel with one shoe on. Like, you feel me? And going back to my room, walking past other people with one shoe on. Like, I'm thinking about all of that. So when that happened, one of the tour guides was like, oh no, we're gonna pick that up for you, don't worry about it. Now, I'm assuming this is not their first time that they had to deal with a tourist losing his shoe, and that's why he said it as calmly as he did. On the other hand, I'm also thinking he lying, because the way I just see my shoe fall, and we all the way over here, and my shoe fell all the way over there. How that joint said, and then, you know, it's a waterfall, so when water is falling down, the current is going like that. It gets worse. When that happens, another 2 minutes going, boom, I lose my other shoe, bro, because like the water was just going so hard. Like the water, like as you're walking through the water and then you're like walking over rocks or jumping over rocks, so like the way I lost my second shoe, my foot started to get slippery in the slides, so my feet kind of like, so when that happened, one of my toes hit like a really sharp pointing edge of a rock. So of course I stay out and I move my feet like that. So of course doing that, my foot's out of my shoe. My shoe also then fell down the abyss of all these waters. So now I'm walking around these waterfalls with no shoes on, like I've been here before. Like I do this every day of the week. Y'all, like this walk went on for a minute. I'm walking through this joint, no shoes on, and in my head I just kept thinking, if I have like blisters on my feet, we're gonna have a dead issue, bro, because like I have nice feet, so like blisters is crazy, because like it hurt walking over these rocks. Like I said, like the people who clearly have been here before, like some of them didn't have any shoes on, but like this is their thing. This is not my thing. At some point I looked like I was ready to give up too, because I was just tired of walking. I lost both of my shoes, my feet hurt, these waters are aggressive, I keep thinking I'm finna fall into this water. I don't even do stuff like this, so the fact that I'm doing something like this, because I could have asked to sit this joint out, but the fact that I still push through and I'm walking through these waters, that alone, knowing me, that alone is like, you feel me? So, but I'm scared still. At some point, one of the tour guides, because two of them were twins, you can tell the difference on who is who, because one of them had like really pointy ears and the other one didn't. So one of them had like carrying me like this, Tarzan and Jane type, walking me through the waterfalls. So Hallie had turned around and saw that and started laughing. So when she laughed, you know, everybody else like turned around to look, and she was like, oh, I wish I had my phone with me. I would have loved to record that for the page. But at some point he put me down, but he carried me for a little minute through the waterfalls. Yeah, you can tell he been here before. Cause for you to walk over these slippery ass rocks while carrying a whole grown ass woman, finally get to the first waterfall, everybody jumping in or whatever. Mind you, we went to 3 different waterfalls. The first one was already OC high. So the other 2 just kept getting taller and taller, and the higher you are, of course, the deeper it's going to be when you hit the waters. Fun fact about me, I don't know how to swim, and even if I did know how to swim, I'm just not about to do that. Granted, I know some people like to go on vacation and do all this daredevil stuff. If I wouldn't do this back in Maryland, why would I do this here in Jamaica? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I am. And I wasn't the only one that didn't jump. Even the host, Hallie, didn't jump in either, and like 4 other women didn't jump in. Like, and even with me knowing how to swim, like, I'm not a follower. I'm not about to just do it because mostly everybody else is doing it. Like, no, this is my world and I ride my own wave. If I don't want to jump in the water, I ain't gonna jump in the water. And I'm saying that to say that because people were trying to make me feel bad for not jumping in the water. Like, 5 other besides me weren't doing it either. At some point, while everybody was like jumping in the water multiple times, Ursula walked up to me. Mind you, I'm on the end of like that line of people not jumping. I'm all the way over here. So you're gonna walk past these 4 or 5 other that also didn't jump in the water to ask me what you just asked me? So she walked up to me and she's like, why are you not wet? Literally just like that. Why are you not wet? Clearly, because I didn't jump in the water. Like, what type of question is? I also hate dumb questions. Like, I hate when people ask me dumb questions, like the obvious. Like, clearly I'm not wet because I haven't touched the water. It's like, what are you so when she asked me that, I said clearly because I didn't get in the water. So then she was like, well, why you not jumping in? So I didn't feel like it was my business to tell her that I don't know how to swim. Like, that's just not your business. So I simply just said because I don't want to. Because honestly, no alone is a full sentence. I just simply don't want to do it because I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I need to walk through the waterfall. Like I said, clearly, as y'all can hear, I didn't have the best time walking through this waterfall. But the fact that I still did it, that was the excursion itself. We gotta walk back, mind you, at some point. And then we got more walking to do through these waterfalls. So I don't have to jump. And like I said, I wasn't the only one that didn't. So why you not questioning the host? Why not question the other 4 girls that chose not to do it with you? So yeah, when I said it's just simply that I don't want to, that's when she continues to like kind of go on a tangent. And mind y'all, my energy had died at this point. Not even just because my phone died. I'm walking through waterfalls and I had to walk through these waterfalls some more. And then I had to walk through the same waterfalls that I lost my shoes in. And I didn't even put my shoes back on. I kept them in my hands the whole time because I knew if I put them back on, I was finna lose them for a second time. Which is also irritating too because I'm trying to like grip on certain things or somebody so I can get through these waterfalls without hurting myself or slipping or dying. So you being in my face right now and I already don't like you because you made it clear that you got an issue with me. It's some one-sided beef you got going on in your head about me. So it's like this right now, bro. Come on, read the room, champ. She went on a tangent telling my son, well, I feel like we on vacation and you only live once. And I mean, we already out here, you might as well I didn't even respond to her because like I said, y'all, like my mood was already like not the best at this point. Like, while she's like in my ear doing all of that, I'm just watching everybody jump. She had peeped that I wasn't like really engaging with her, so she just said whatever. Like, I heard her say under her breath, she was like whatever, and walked away. Yeah, because stop talking to me. So fast forward, we walked through the waterfall some more. Like I said, we went to another waterfall that was even higher than the first one. Then we walked through more and we went to like the highest of the highest of the highest waterfall. That area had like seats or whatever. Automatically